I want to think and discuss about saints. When I was to library and I wanted to read a book of saints, a book of saint, I discovered that that book started with a prayer, and the attitude of saint is to pray first. And this work is very beautiful. It's very beautiful in my opinion. It's so beautiful to start with a pray if you want to do something good, something great, something hard and strong. Because every day is very important for us, and in every day we can to and we have to do hard things. If we work, if we are in our work, in a job, if you want to write a book, if I want to write a book, if I want to write a poem, if I want to teach and to study mathematics, to learn is very hard activity for mind, but not only that. And the saints just started with a prayer. In our time, I cannot to criticize so much this our time, but it's important to think about our time. And in our time, a lot of us just lost this dimension of prayer. For example, in my child, my grandmother, things that she wanted to start it and do, she started with the pray and the sign of cross. And in our time, we just lost this dimension, this attitude. But I think now about saints because their life was very special. The saints had a life so great in front of God and in front of our time, in front of us. How is possible to be like them? In past, to be saints was special. Sure, every science didn't know how they will become science, but them life was so special. But special was in inner life, in inner thought, in mind and the soul. And now, how is possible to be little, and think little of this model of life, the life of science? And I think about Saint Paraskeva. She is a great saint in my country, in Iași. And this girl was so special because, and is so special because a lot of people just go to the cathedral and pray of God. And when I was student in Iași, I was every time to the cathedral and pray to the God in presence of Saint Paraskeva. And If in the past the science and just now the science um, has a so big role for humanity, for community, for country, for town, for people that believe in God. How is possible to be like a science, small life, like a writer? Because the science just bring in them life the dimension of word of God. And how is possible to bring this light of words of God in our books, in our life? To start our work with a prayer and try to pray every time, the time when it's possible. Because not a lot of time is possible to pray, but if you have a free time, it's good to pray. And now in our time it's very important to be scientist. But in social media and TV show, the science are not. They are not. It's very upset, and I think it's not so good, because the scientists have a so big role, and their work is so important for our world, because they changed the world, and they are not visible, they are not in presence of social media, because social media consume easy things, not hard things. If we have a lot of movie with the thought and work of scientists, this movies becomes very boring. To see this movie is very boring, and the science was and have so big role in them activity for our world, and how is possible to be like them. And it's so important to don't lose this dimension of morality. And like a writer, like a teacher, like a teacher of mathematics, it's so beautiful to have a meditation about the beauty of mathematics and the beauty of old and the beauty of law of God. It's so amazing, and I'm so amazed to think our old is created by God, and this order of old is like a mathematics order. And how it's possible to be like a writer, but our books to be like a life of science, for soul, for morality of old, for morality of education, for morality of science. How is possible to think about the meaning of books, the meaning of light, the meaning of science, in the light of Word of God? I think a lot about this dimension in my books. I'm Victoria Dutu, and God bless you. God bless us.